Prudent scalpers ask for Sunkist oranges, the pick of California's bumper crop, because they have the richest juice and finest flavor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Sunkist presents Louella Parsons, world's most widely read motion picture writer, who will introduce your guest of the evening, Miss Parsons.
Good evening. I wish you could all see how Norma Shearer looks as she sits here, ready to talk to you. She looks just like a fashion plate. You know, I'm no society editor, but I'm going to try to describe to you what she's wearing. She came down here right from the set with her makeup on, and she's wearing one of the costumes she's wearing in her picture. It's tangerine with hat and coat to match, trimmed with ermine. Now that's pretty good, isn't it, Norma? I want to introduce to you Norma Shearer, one of our finest dramatic actresses on the screen, and a real beauty.
Thank you, Louella, dear. And I'm coming right back at you by saying I remember a time when you wouldn't have handed me those bouquets.
Norma, I don't know what you mean.
Remember a few years ago, back in New York, when you, the famous Louella Parsons, managed to spare a few minutes to lunch at the Algonquin Hotel with an obscure would-be movie actress who happened to be me?
Norma, I shall never forget that day. The determined youngness of you. And yes, I have to say it. The proud independence.
Oh, that was determination. I was just determined to impress you. And I was having an awfully hard time doing it, too. Because there are so many famous people in the dining room that you knew. Every time I begin telling you what a great actress I was going to be, you keep bowing to this one and waving to that.
I hope I wasn't rude.
Rude? Why, no, darling. You were just very bored. And who could blame you? You must have heard the same story too often.
But your story came too, now didn't it, Norma?
Well, this is a Cinderella business, isn't it, Louella?
Why? Were you the poor waste then?
Those were the days when jobs were few and far between, can you?
I believe the radio fans who are listening in would be interested about your arriving in California. Was it as you expected it would be? Come on, tell us, Norma.
Well, I must confess I was a little disappointed in my reception. You know, I thought upon such occasions they'd have those red carpets, the brass band, array of expectant photographers and reporters. I was an executive or two thrown in. Can you imagine my embarrassment, Louella, when my mother and I stepped off the train to find that, well, apparently no one even knew or cared whether we were arriving or whether we weren't.
Oh, poor Norma. But California's been very kind to you since, now hasn't it?
Well, I should say it has. It's been wonderful to me. You know, I've been with the same company ever since I came out here. And they've been slick to me. They've been wonderful. I've been terribly happy.
Well, I have to say for them, I don't want to give them all the credit because you've been pretty good yourself. They've given me some wonderful stories, especially since the trophy came in. I think they used rare good judgment in getting away from the Snow White heroine. People were fed to the tooth of Gaga girls were 100% pure.
You know, I think perhaps like I had in Divorce Day and Strangers May Kiss, they're lots of fun to play. And I don't think audiences mind a few missteps, to reform in the end.
I'm very glad you reformed. You certainly did give the world an illustrated idea of how to interest a wandering husband in divorce.
Now, Louella, I thought you weren't going to mention husband in this interview.
Oh, baby.
Hey.
That's all right. I'm sorry.
You'll forgive me.